welcome to another episode of Love and Reality Podcast. I am your host, Ricky Valero. On today's episode, I'm going to be recapping episode 3 of the Fox reality TV series, The Snake. This week's episode synopsis was: the arrival of an unexpected contestant continues to stir up the dynamic amongst the contestants. During this week's challenge, the competitors must collaborate and work together as a team to secure immunity. The duo that wins the challenge is safe from elimination and earns the title of the first ever double headed snake. This week's episode was titled Two Headed Snake. The Snake is airing Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox and is available on Hulu the following day. I've really enjoyed my time so far with The Snake, and I feel like it's only going to get better as each week goes. So far, through 2 episodes, we've seen 2 eliminations with Mina and Kaylee both being eliminated. 2 competitors who Kaylee, I do wish we would have had a little bit more of on the show. Mina, I felt like she overplayed her hand a little bit early. Wasn't really surprised to see her go. Obviously, not on my chart is Christine, the new competitor that joined the competition last week. All right. So for episode 3, McLean is sad because Jack didn't pick her at the ceremony. Cody and Christine are smooching it up already, while Catherine and Brian are mucking it up as she continues to play the game. The pastor is extremely down bad about what unfolded at the competition. However, what he doesn't realize is what's ahead for him in this episode. The biggest thing that surprised me with him is it's got to be revenge time. I've got to go out here. I've got to win this. I've got to win this snake. And then I got to go out of here and shake up the house. However, new week, new snake. See you soon, Jim. He passed the message. Each team will be sharing a box of over 3,000 cockroaches and trying to solve a puzzle together. Everyone doesn't seem too thrilled with the idea of sharing a nice little box with some cockroaches. Our teams are as follows: McLean and Jacob. Definitely an interesting combination because I pinned McLean as my top 3 competitors right now, as I think who could win this show. Brett and Christine, Jack and Devontae, Jordan and Catherine, Brian and Frank, Amanda and Cody, Derek and Alyssa. Those are our teams in this. Cody, mad respect to my boy over here. Rides bulls, can die by these bulls, but couldn't handle being in there with the cockroaches longer than 30 seconds. It was hilarious. Frank was not too far behind. Frank, our makeup artist, he was hilarious. Just watching him. So that eliminated Frank and Brian, Cody and Amanda relatively fast. Alyssa shocked everybody here as she was just like, cockroaches, whatever, I don't really care, and was just killing the competition here. However, Jacob and McLean are the team that won the competition, and of course, nobody is thrilled by these two. Really, just Jacob winning. You know what I mean? It didn't really matter that McLean won, but the two-headed snake will have us see a double elimination this week. Yep, we got not one, but 2 people going home in this week's episode. So Devontae, Jack, Catherine, and Brett are worried about what is about to unfold. Jack did everything in his power to work the pastor. And I'm going to be honest with you. I, for the life of me, cannot believe that it worked. So as we start unpacking, we get a lot of the competition, the work back and forth, the finagling, the who saves who, the all of this in between, leading up to our ceremony of picking. Jacob and McLean are ready to make their picks. We see Jacob pick Amanda or McLean. One of they both picked. They made an unanimous pick of picking Amanda, who Amanda in turn picked Jack. I'm blown away. I'm blown away that Jacob had every opportunity in the world to shake up this 3-headed monster of a team and didn't do it, just fell for the trap. Of course, Jack picked Devontae. And then Devontae made his little speech because he's supposed to pick Derek. Supposed to pick Derek. And he says, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to pick my boy Brett. No shit. Did you really feel like Devontae wasn't going to go up there and follow the pick his boy and save his boy? Because there's a likelihood of Brett not making it to the making it here. I think Brett gets eliminated possibly if you don't pick him here. I'm sorry. Am I going to keep my alliance with three guys, Catherine on the side as well? So technically four people, four out of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm not 3, 7, 11, 12, 13. Was it 13 people on the show? 4, 8, 12, 15. 15, 2 are eliminated, added 1. So there's 14 people. So I got a 4 people on my 3 other people on my side, or am I going to pick somebody that doesn't even really like me? Of course, Devontae was going to screw him, and I'm not mad at him for it. That's why this man was number 2 on my list last week when it came down to it. Period. Period. This is why Devontae, again, making moves is the most vital thing of this entire competition and staying ahead of the game. And he picked his boy Brett, which then Brett obviously did the right thing. It made me happy in picking Catherine, keeping Catherine along for the ride. However, this is where things get even more interesting. Catherine picks Jordan. And her explanation of picking Jordan was her partnership with Jordan is going to last longer, and she thinks that's going to be a more long-term good thing for her compared to Brian. And I don't disagree with that. And it's a good strategy here. She used Brian for what she needed out of Brian and kind of tossed him to the wayside. Jordan picked Alyssa, and Alyssa picked Frank. Derek cries about Devontae turning his back on everyone. Deal with it. I'm sorry, Derek. Deal with it, man. That's part of this show. It's the competition part of this show. All right. It's down to the final 4 here. We had Cody, Brian, Christine, and Derek. Those are the final 4 here. So McLean got to pick somebody first. She said, women saving women. We love to see it, right? We saw 2 women eliminated already. I was like, man, you can't send home another woman. I mean, we can obviously, but you get what I'm saying there if you're watching the show. And then, of course, Jacob has to pick out of Derek, Brian, or Cody. And this to me was a no-brainer too. I thought for sure, obviously, Jacob was going to pick Derek. Derek and him are close, so that didn't really surprise me here. So Jacob picked Derek, meaning Cody and Brian were heading home. Cody hopes that Christine hollers at him once they leave, which, I mean, I'm going to be hopefully interviewing Cody very soon, so I'll find out if they holler at each other post-show. And Catherine gave strategy 12, act impacted by everyone's elimination, even if you don't care. I love Catherine, reality TV star here. But this is going to have a lot of ruffled feathers here, right? Because Jacob's pissed at everybody. Derek's still in the game, which Jacob was right in picking Derek because he needs somebody to go with him to go at this 3-headed beast of Jake, Devontae, and Brett. He has to have somebody on his side. That person being obviously one of them being Brian here. So that obviously helps us in its situation as well. Now, the numbers aren't, necessarily in his favor as much, you know what I mean? Because you're slowly losing people. But with Cody gone, that's the wrong button. But that being said, I do think that there's every opportunity here for, again, I don't know. I cannot believe Jacob fell for the trap. That's really where I'm at in this entire scenario. I cannot believe he fell for this trap. But Brian and Cody are eliminated from the competition. Obviously, we have Christine here. We're going to write her name right here. Christine is on the show, and I think my boy Reality TV Underfan, hopefully he updates his graph. But with that, we are down 4 people, and I would love to hear your thoughts on what unfolded here. Again, it's a game. That's all I can say at the end of the day. This is a competition. We're fighting for money, and I need the numbers. There's strength in numbers in this game, and that's one of the big things that we have going on right now is you have to have the numbers. And his 4 people, again, Brett, Devontae, Jack, and Catherine, that's a 4-headed monster. that is going to have to come to head at some point in time. All right, now for my weekly top 3 rankings, Catherine still is in first place after 3 episodes. Coming in at second place right now, I have to put Jack. Jack made a move. I expected Jacob to really get run of one of these guys, and to be honest with you, he wasn't able to. And the fact that Jack was able to convince Jacob to keep him in the game, not to keep him in the game, but keep him in the game long enough to let his boys stay along for the ride. Jack comes into second place into my power rankings, and then Devontae moves from second to third. Devontae making the move is the reason why they are all still in the competition. So I'm not mad at it at all. It's a game. We're trying to win money, period, end of story. Let me know what you guys think of episode 3 of The Snake in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and make sure to check out my exit interviews with the Snake Cast each and every week, dropping Wednesdays on the YouTube channel.